Sorry, Caleb's on his way. I thought I'd just ramble a little bit. Saw Scream 6 the weekend it opened. Thursday night we saw it, and yeah, I wasn't able to talk about it because we went on vacation. I went on vacation. My wife and I went on vacation for our 10-year anniversary, which is actually today. So happy anniversary to my beautiful, awesome wife. So yeah, we went on a cruise on our honeymoon, and then we went on a cruise this past week, and it was awesome. It's addicting. Oh, there's Caleb. Hang on. Boop. Nope, he's gone.
Hello.
There he is.
Oh, what a day.
I like your Wolfman meets prisoner ensemble.
What?
Nothing.
So tired right now. Where the
So, real quick, just before we get started, how was Comic Con on Friday?
um it was busy. To the point that from what I heard they may have sold out. Um
Jeez. Usually
yeah,
Fridays are the days to go.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but no, it was busy. We were gonna go through Fine's line, but it was a little busy and Leslie wasn't having it, and my Art the Clown autograph was the most important to me, which is what I got, and that's all I bought.
Yeah. Do you have that close to you?
um, maybe, maybe. Uh,
In the house, at least.
yeah, right there. I need to get a frame for it.
I know, like an idiot, I forgot my plastic sleeve, so I was like holding it like a pizza. Like, don't touch it. I love that he says no selfies. That's awesome.
Is what photo did you get?
Uh, I went with this one.
Nice.
It just, I don't know. It just screamed that one. And so when I talked to him, he didn't have much of a line at all. So I was there. I was talking to him. I think it was around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds about right. And 1 o'clock maybe on Saturday. And he just finished up with somebody, and I came over there and just like, like normally you're like, making this out to John or whatever. Like we just went straight into conversation. We talked about his movie. We talked about how much Halloween Ends sucks. Like it's so funny because I was like, "Thank you for being one of my favorite horror movies of 2022." And he's like, "I know, right? It's like a year of letdowns." And he was like this. He was like, "Halloween Ends." He knew he shouldn't say something, but he couldn't help himself. It was
Yeah.
awesome, dude. He was in this like really bright, a glittery kind of peacock suit jacket kind of thing. I guess a fan gave to him. It was pretty cool,
Yeah.
and it was pretty awesome, man. Talked about a couple other horror movies, and then yeah, we just talked about where it was going to go the next one, and um, yeah, it was like a good 6 7 minute conversation, dude. It was awesome. It was fun. That's why I like people. I don't want to say necessarily like B list, but like I like people that are up and coming or like really take like effort or have a bit of more of a stake in a property. You know what I mean? Like they don't just hit it big and walk off. But and then I also got to talk to Damian Leone for about 35 seconds. But I just went over to him, said, thank you for the awesome movie, and I said, what did I say? Hang on, it was real fast off the top of my head. It was thank you for bringing art to the screen and like something like that. Thank you for bringing art. And I pointed at the photo to the screen, and thank you for your entertainment. It was terrific. I don't know. I said it in a funnier, like smoother way, but just a super nice, like kind of humble guy. It was nice talking to him for just a second, but yeah, that's all. That's all who I met too. $40 for an autograph, and I got to talk to him for a few minutes. Like it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. No, I didn't talk for too long. I was like, "Hey, I got to do the selfie one." And he was like, "Yeah, that seems to be a favorite." He autographed it, and I had Wesley, and he was kind of waving at Wesley and smiling and getting Wesley to smile because Wesley was struggling a little bit by that point, but there was a short line behind me. I was like, I don't want to take up a lot of time or anything because I know like I was like, I don't have anything that unique to toss in. And the person ahead of me was talking about Terrifier 3, and alls he would give up, he's like, yeah, Damien's writing it. And he pointed over at him, and Damien just kind of nodded. I did feel kind of bad though, because I noticed David had a line, Damien did not. Um, Rick,
Yeah, but same thing on when I went. Like I checked on him earlier, and it was the same thing. But I mean, it's just a different thing.
if I would have had another 40 to drop, it would have been on his autograph, to be honest. Like it absolutely. So I don't know. It was fun, but I couldn't believe how packed it was. It was as packed as the Saturday that I went as Jason. Uh,
Yeah,
that's how packed it was, and
yeah,
it was too much. We couldn't move around. We had Wesley's not stroller but like wagon thing to try and put him in, and he was getting mad getting in it and getting in it. Is like, you know what? I think this is too much. I think we should cut and run. Although I did see, excuse me, the shop with the giant horror blankets that were $75, and I wanted the Jason one so bad because it was so cool.
yeah,
So cool.
yeah. Did you see the Art the Clown? I think it's Bloodbath figures. They just came out with them. Like that day, the guy was like, they just came into our store.
Yeah, I
25 bucks, 5-inch figure. It was awesome. David Howard Thornton bought the last one. Like, cause I was at the table talking to him, and they're like, "Hey, man, have you seen these new action figures?" He's like, "No, those are awesome." He's like, they were like, "Do you want the last one?" So I don't know if he paid him or they just gifted it to him. But I was like, so I went over there. I was like, God dang it, I wanted that figure too. But it's pretty cool. And then they also released House of a Thousand Corpses, Spalding, and Otis.
Yeah, I saw that at the 1313 Mockingbird Lane. He also had the steel wall prints for the
Yeah,
Terrifier.
that
I was so close to snagging one of those and having them autographed, but I was like, if David's got the selfie pick, I need the selfie pick. Like that's just
yeah, I just went with the
selfie.
autograph. I was like, 40 bucks. Like I bought a like a hyper realistic foam sword of Conan the Barbarian because I freaking love those movies. And then Brittany bought Sting from Lord of the Rings, another foam recreation sword. And then we just got back from our anniversary like that night at like 1:30 in the morning. Or no, it was like 2:30 in the morning. And so like it's just money was just flying out of my hands. But it was fun.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to dressing up for Crypticon because I did not dress up at all for Comic Con, and I think it was a missed opportunity because there was nobody dressed up as Leatherface. There was a Freddy, a Jason, a couple of Michaels. There was I saw ghost faces everywhere. I think Jason was one of them. I was trying to meet up with him, but I lost service and couldn't do it. So
Yeah, I was like, our flight got delayed, and like we went from Miami to Florida, or excuse me, dirt. We went from Miami to New York to Chicago, and in Chicago, like the toilet area started to overflow a little bit or something. Like I don't know if it was like out of the bowl or like just like underneath, but like they had to go back and they thought they were going to cancel it. There was no flights out for the next 24 hours, no buses or anything. So like we were stuck there at like I don't know 9 o'clock or whatever it was. So I didn't even know if we were going to get back. So I didn't even know I was going to make it. But I was helping on a panel for my buddies Chris and Sean from the Avatars: The Last Podcasters, and they had another phenomenal turnout. They had over 100 people there. The trivia was great. The people were awesome. So yeah, if you're an Avatar fan, definitely check that out.
I heard the panels all around this year were phenomenal. And for the first time, because it was so packed, I could see needing all 3 days to hit everything you want. A day for the celebrities, a day for if you want to do a costume contest and kind of work in the crowd, and then a day for shopping. And
Sure.
what's wild is like thinking about that, like, you know, I that is a lot of time, and I do not have that kind of time. That's just, oh man, 3 days. I think that's why I like the smaller cons. Like, even though it's a short-lived thing, like, I'm able to go up to the celebrity and get an autograph within 10, 15 minutes. I'm able to spend a little bit less while finding things that I enjoy more. Because to be honest, there was no physical media at Comic-Con that I found. There were
Oh,
like
there was one.
there.
Yeah, there was one by the 2700. Hang on. Sorry, man. Can you read that? My eyes. I don't have my glasses. Hang on.
What's up, guys? Enjoying the content? Just lurking. Oh no, went away. Leatherface definitely needs a better mask. Hey, hey, hey. I personally like the current Leatherface mask a lot.
It's weird. So I hear that. Like, when you look at the mask, I don't necessarily like it, but like the overall like look and the way he's shot in the movie, it's not highlighted to where it pulls the bad out of the mask for me. So like it just works. And for like an on the spot, let's go rock and roll, it's pretty good just for a not having one beforehand.
Oh yeah, I disliked it when I saw the trailer for TCM 2022, and then when I saw the movie and saw how he got it, why he got it from, who he got it from, I was like, nope, makes sense. I love it. It's my new like third favorite mask. Like it's up there.
Yeah. Dude, like and especially the way he's got it around his ears, right? And like she's got a smaller face, so it holds right in certain areas and doesn't in the other. When he like has the chainsaw and he like whips it around and like opens up wide and you see the moon and it's an upward shot and you see like the turkey neck go like it's just a freaky little like, and when he's doing the dance, the mask moves not with the body, and it's something extra freaky. I like but yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I can definitely get behind that for some reason. Like, I just think per the story, per the flow, per everything, it just kind of works. Not necessarily that I look at it and go, I like it. I just like that it works for the story.
I could see not liking it and then like me, like not really enjoying the mask, but then being okay with how it fit for the story. I mean, that's what sold me is that because in the trailers it just looked kind of goofy and off, and then the promo photos you're like, man, that doesn't even capture the scariness of the original. But oh, meaning a mask for public to buy like in stores. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Trick or Treat Studios has a couple. I know they got their license back recently. I think they're going to be re-releasing the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the third, and I think maybe the remake. I don't think they're going to re-release the 3D. I don't think anybody's done a next gen without spending an arm and a leg from an independent artist. But I mean, their service, the paint's off or the hair's off, but the sculpts are really, really good. So I mean,
Yeah, dude, I think I'm not like the biggest fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, but like that mask is like freaky where it looks like hamburger around his mouth, like the lips got cut up and stuff, and like it just looks hot and nasty and like it looks like thick skin on top of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. That mask is freaky.
tattoo and the fact that it's got different skin shades like all around. Like TCM mask is a little goofy. The first one is the killing mask in the first film is probably my favorite next to the Pretty Woman. And then it just I don't know, 3 is a little weird and out of like I think by today's standards it's goofy, but overall I like the mask in 3. I like the cinematography in 3. I like the costume design in 3. 3
Costume's
could
great.
the film could have been a lot better with just a little bit more effort, but I still enjoy it.
Right.
Um,
Well, we're kind of lucky. Like that one and the fourth one, we're kind of lucky we got it. Got one from Ruby's. Nice, nice, very nice. God, I hope we get a sequel to that movie. There's no like that movie did as good as it could have been. So, or as good as it could have. So I don't understand why we haven't got one yet.
there was
But yeah,
room. The sequel was gonna be filming. Nobody's ever really confirmed it outside of I think it was like a Cinema Blend post or something like that. A Grain of Salt article. So, I mean, I hope we get a sequel to it. The way it ended would be an awesome pickup point for it. Um, I don't know. I would love to see it. I'm hopeful. I'm definitely going to ask Mark about it when Crypticon rolls around. I
Oh
mean,
God, yeah.
I'm gonna be showing up to his booth probably in his costume. So
Dude, I'd love if I could get together a really good Chop Top outfit. That would be awesome. Like a really good one though, like not just like a you know what I mean, like really go the distance. But anyway, last thing we'll talk about with TCM, we probably need to get on to Scream, but um, I don't understand. Again, going back to like, I thought it was pretty successful. Like a lot of people tuned in, people were talking about it. It was like one of the highest streamed things on Netflix for a couple weeks. Like, so I'm surprised they haven't put it out on physical media just to milk it some more. You know what I mean? Like I know you want to keep it special, but I would milk it some more. You get another big chunk of income, especially I don't know. But if,
Netflix does though. They create this thing or they license this thing and then they're the only place that has it. But then the other problem is they will silently drop it and it will disappear for forever unless you find a bootleg company that does it. I know there's a couple that make a really good copy of Blu-ray for the film, and I don't know, I'm half tempted. I think it's 20-25 bucks, and Mr. Hargrove told me about it, and I'm like, man, I don't know. It's 20-25 bucks right now.
it is, it is. But we were talking about canceling Netflix. We haven't done it yet, but yeah. So if the original Saw, granted this is 20 plus years ago, so it was made for like 1.3 million dollars, and you had Danny Glover, Carrie Elways, and like Lee Winnell, who was probably he was a nobody at the time, but you had big names for the most part. Um, Not to mention, I'm blanking. Jigsaw himself.
No.
Thank you. He was a B. I mean, he'd been around the business forever, but he was a B list. But anyway, $1.3 million. You can make that. I'm assuming $1 million. You can make another Texas Chainsaw Massacre, especially if you're going to do it like in the house and keep it really like the original movie. Just keep it in the house, kind of a thing. Like if you don't explore the town and don't need all that background stuff. I don't know, but hang on.
The shooting location was super cheap to get, from what I recall.
Do
So
that video game. Yes, yes. I that would be fun. I unfortunately just don't really have time for video games anymore, which makes me super sad. I'm hoping my kids are getting a little bit older now, and I'm hoping that when they get a little bit older, we can kind of do it together, and then that'll give me the Jones and to do it by myself a little bit on the side. But anyway, I love like he's talking Dark Side masks. I love masks, but I just don't have the room for it. Like I'm a collector of figures, and right now I just rearranged the room, and then I'm doing it again. So like it's a disaster. It looks like a tornado hit this room. But anyway, so let's go Scream 6. Let's get into it. Let's go spoiler free. Again, now this is this is a little different when so it's a new studio for Five, right? New directors, new writer, everything new, and other than a couple legacy characters. So with that movie, with pretty much any sequel to that has ties, really, that has ties to the original movie, I've said 1,000 times, that's an IP that you paid for because you want instant butts in the seats. I expect that movie to be my second favorite, right? Like if it's my third, that's pretty solid. We both dislike Five a lot. Like it has plot holes galore. It's got inconsistencies. Like gravity, physicality is just thrown out the window. Believability is gone. Motives are terrible. Like
Legacy was treated like trash.
everybody but Dewey was an afterthought.
Yeah.
Everybody but Dewey.
And what's funny is going back to TCM for just a second, everybody talks about their legacy character in 2022. But dude, like she was only in the first movie. It wasn't like the Scream legacy characters that had been in the previous all four films. Like it's a completely different ball game, and I don't care as much. Like it's not as strong. Like the point of Scream was those characters. Without those characters, you don't have Scream.
Right. I mean, to like Sydney is a survivor of that first movie by default. Like she is the last one they want to kill, And then situations happen. Now she rises to the occasion when she hides in the closet and she plays mind games and she rises to the occasion, but it's a very small moment. Sally never had that. Now it's the same thing with Ripley. It's the same thing with Sarah Connor. They are final girls by default. Not taking anything away from them, but it was the next movie that really made them the A god tier of final girls. Like, you know what I mean? That first movie, they just survived because they're the last one to die for the most part. Um, yeah, the legacy characters are an afterthought. The lazy formula of Star Wars, like the Force Awakens, like we talked about last time, of you gotta have the old characters in there because that's what people want to see. You've got to you got to make things happen so it's believable, which I didn't agree with, don't like. Trying to keep this kind of spoiler free, which if you're listening to the spoiler free of 6, you probably have already seen 5. But anyway, like, and then the new characters didn't have enough time to develop or breathe. And I just didn't really care about any of them. Like, Sam doesn't become a real good character until the very end. And then Ortega's character, like, I can't remember her freaking name. Tara, right? Is that right?
Don't know her character name.
I
I
like
don't know.
them in 6, but I still don't. I struggle to remember their names. Like, so she is. I think it was Tara. My bad. Help me out here if I'm wrong. Yeah, man. Yeah, 5 is horrible. Yeah, terrible, terrible. So Ortega starts off by being a pincushion. The beginning of the movie, she's hunkered down to a wheelchair. She rises at the end for what she can't. Again, I don't believe it. We went from like you can't move in a wheelchair to ninjaing with a crutch. Like I don't buy it. This is Sparta moment at the end. I'm not buying it. Like sorry. Like the unbelievable people getting stabbed left and right and they're just walking away from it. I'm surprised that one gal didn't walk away from a headshot. Uh, yeah, I actually saw the first 2 seasons of the Scream TV series, and yeah, yeah, first 2 seasons were good. I tried to watch the 3rd season and I got to like 2 episodes and couldn't make it. But so Scream 3, the motives were terrible. The ending fell flat on its face. I've warmed up to some of it a little bit because it's got some cool shots. It's got some cool moments. Dewey is awesome. Like he's great throughout that whole movie. Underutilized, and underappreciated. Um, Scream 5 was rough to bounce off of because I just didn't care. Like the twin sister. God, I'm so bad. I should have memorized these names. I've been trying. Like I did Mindy. I don't know. I can't remember now. But they did the twin sister. It's like the new Randy. Like he's always popping off with like, oh, you shouldn't go there with a killer. Like you could be the killer. Or like, oh, the killer would say this, blah blah blah. And then she's making out with a gal, getting high and drinking, and like watching the TV, not paying attention, just like Randy is. She's watching the stab movie where he almost dies because he's jacking around, not paying attention. I get it, but like you're trying to build her as like this character, and then she's super dumb. Like Randy, I get because it was the first time, right? It was the first time he thought he was safe, but now you have a heightened awareness to what's going on. Like you should be, you know what I mean? You're throwing out all these rules and precautions, but you're being an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brother was okay, but he didn't have a whole lot to shine in 5. But so anyway, springboarding off of 5 to 6. If you don't know it, this is maybe a spoiler, but like she's not in the trailers or anything else like that. But Sydney's not in the movie. I don't think the movie suffered at all, based on how they used her in the last movie. What do you think?
No, I think the name drop was kind of enough. I feel like with how much that they had to do in this movie, Sydney would have bloated the movie a little bit. Except for maybe they could have changed the final act, which would have maybe worked in the film's favor. Um, I mean, they already brought another legacy character back, and I know that they're trying to do the thing where she's probably going to take the mantle for Scream 7 in Sydney's place because I don't know that Nev Campbell will return, and everybody who's a film journalist is throwing out their opinion on that in various articles on, oh, she will, oh, she won't, she will once she sees how much this movie makes, she won't if they don't offer her more, blah, 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 blah. Like, I mean, honestly, at this point, Scream 5 was so horrifically bad. Scream 6 is serviceable. That I mean, it just nah, unless you do a lot, unless that script is next to perfection, I don't see a reason to bring Nev Campbell back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then something I want to say about 5 that I hate too is I hate the visions. I hate them. Hate them so much. It's so dumb. I hate that whole shoehorned side plot of so the I've said this a lot, so my bad guys, but like the original DNA of the first 3 movies and even 4th movie is Maureen Prescott, Sydney Prescott. That it all revolves around the mom and how the daughter has to deal with those sins and everything else. Like so now you're creating the same thing with another character, but it doesn't land at all because there was nothing to fall back on. The franchise wasn't built on that, and this new franchise, it's just not. It doesn't jive. I mean, if it works for you, that's cool. If you enjoy it enough to get past it, I understand. That's fine. But yeah. So going on to Sydney, Nev Campbell's great. Jen Ortega is blowing up. Jenna Ortega is hot right now. Nev Campbell, nobody cares about Nev Campbell right now. Scream fans care. I love Sydney. I think she's a great final gal. But I would rather her have her happy ending and stop messing with her if all you're going to do is jack with the character or kill her off.
If they're just going to keep doing these one-off killers with haphazardly put together motives, it's not worth it. If you give a killer with a legit motive and a killer who is legit different and a killer who has the strength and the smarts and all that, like, then yeah, bring her back. But it's just the killers in 5, the killers in 6, I'd even almost say the killers in 4. Like, it wasn't necessary. Like, it just, I get why 4 had her. Like, it's better than 5 or 6, but it's still unnecessary. It's, I don't know. It is a sad day though to see somebody who went 5 films in a row in their franchise go no to the 6th.
Right. Right. So Kirby comes back. And now 4 did a much better job of blending the old characters with the new characters. Everything popped off because Sydney was coming back to Hillsboro for her book signing. Dewey was there with his wife, Gail. Dewey was the head of police. And then it all pops off and she can't leave because they put a body in the trunk. So she's stuck there as a witness. Like they planned it out pretty smart. And then
Yeah.
With Sydney's staying at the her aunt's home and her niece is there, right? Like it makes sense that everybody's together. So like the niece has these friends that are connected, and then that's why we follow them, and it meshes very, very well. It's a very nice little organic feeling input. This one feels like 5 feels like it goes really, really fast. And then all of a sudden, Sydney hears what happens, and then boom, she's there like in 2 hours. Like maybe she doesn't live that far, but like it felt like she got there real fast. And then same thing with Gail, felt like an afterthought, and then boom, she's in and out of the movie.
Yeah.
To where she's pointless. You could remove Sydney and Gail from 5, and it is the same movie for the most part. You didn't need them at all.
Yeah. No.
Dewey was the only one you really needed, or Gail, one or the other.
And when we get to the wait to talk about that, but no, so, Scream, I think, did a really, really good job for the most part. I think it was light years ahead of Scream 5, nowhere near as great as 1 or 2. I don't know. When we get to spoilers, I'll talk more. But it just, again, it was going, and so.
Right. Again, there's unbelievability. We throw again gravity, realism, like physicality. We just throw it out the window a lot in this movie, and it's frustrating. It's like wow, that looks pretty bad. And then they're just like, man, everything's good. You're just like, ah. And then it's like,
Uh-oh. Frozen.
Sorry, you still there?
Yep, I'm here.
It died out for a second. So plot devices and like everything else, like the legacy character that returns, Kirby, that wasn't in the previous movie, just wasted. Like, and again, not spoiling anything, but like the acting didn't vibe with everybody else. It felt very, very foreign. Didn't feel organic. Didn't feel right. Like Gail feels organic. She's a reporter. She reports. She hunts down this. This is her claim to fame. It makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she just, and I get it, but her acting. You okay?
I'm echoing.
Uh oh. Do it again.
Echo.
Still echoing? Echo? Is it still echoing?
Yeah.
Hang on. Hold on. Please hold. Okay. Is that any better?
No.
You know? No, not better yet. Is your mic plugged in or anything?
I don't have a mic.
I don't know. Hang on. Let's see what else I can do here. Hang on. You check your settings real fast? That's so weird.
It was.
Sorry, you cut off what?
When it cut out. Started.
Yeah, I wonder if there's. I'm not seeing like a refresh or anything. Hang on.
Nope.
I don't know. I could remove you and try to bring you in. Are you echoing or am I echoing?
I'm echoing. So.
Okay.
Talking. Pre-recorded.
Hold on, but you're cutting in and out. Hey, go ahead and just go ahead and end your side of things, and then come back in with the link, okay? Sorry, please hold. Guest left. I know. So we'll get back on the Kirby thing here in just a second. Again, no spoilers. It's hard to talk about it. Like, it's just, I don't know. The trailers really didn't show anything either. All right, let's see if this helps at all.
Attempt 4.
Oh, still echo.
Like, I don't have an echo on my end. If anybody's watching and can comment, is there an echo on your guys' end? Do you hear an echo, or is it just Caleb? Because Caleb's just gonna have to deal with hearing himself. We have to.
Oh man. It's hectic. My voice.
What if it? Hang on. Let's give it just a second. I'll see if I can't. Maybe mute. I don't know. You want to try to mute your microphone and unmute it? See if that helps for any reason.
Boogers. I already did that.
You already did it. It's not working.
Do it again.
Oh, don't do that. Especially without noise, it's weird. Could be weirder depending on the noise you make. Stop it. Is that better?
No.
God dang it. Okay. I'm not sure if it's echoing on the other side. It's gonna bug me. So I think we'll have to close and come back in. That sucks. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay. Let me see. Let me just check, see if there's anything else I can do. I don't see anything else. Nope. Okay. That sucks. Okay. Be right back.
That's copyright.